everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tarun, and today we will be talking about how you can buy real estate properties investment during the time of recession and when the inflation number is so much high. As you all know that all across the globe and all across, I think near you, you must be hearing that recession is coming, global recession. But should you buy a house? Should you invest in real estate during this time? Well, the answer is with you. If you have enough funds and if your financial situation is good, and if your lender, your broker, and whoever is your mentor can analyze your financial situation, and you can find yourself in a positive cash flow, or you have the funds enough to cover up if in case you run into weeds, then yes, this is the right time for you to buy. So always calculate the risk and then invest in the market. Today we will be talking about how we can leverage recession and inflation when we invest in real estate. So there are the 5 things that I have broken it down under. Number one thing is cash is the king. So as you know, inflation, money became so expensive to borrow. So the best thing is that you should definitely keep some funds for the rainy day in your saving bank account. And yes, you should invest that money, but you should always have that money ready in case of any emergency that you might run into if you own multiple properties, if you are an investor, or if you are an aspiring investor, or if you are a first time home buyer. You should again have money that can cover up unforeseen expenses that can occur. Second thing is to have a LTV ratio, lower LTV. So LTV stands for loan to value ratio. So whenever investors are looking to pull out money from in the which is like, you know, they have accumulated equity and they want to pull it out in form of cash or in form of the HELOC. So always calculate your risk and try to go for lower LTV value. So for example, you have a house which you bought for $100,000, and now you want to refinance. So your lender will give you 80% of that LTV. That means 80% of 100,000, only 80,000 is something you can take, but it's always good that you should not exceed that ratio. The lowest and the best is you go low 65, 70, 75, or on a very higher risk rate. If there are some people out there that definitely thinks that, you know, they have some deal that can generate a very good cash flow, and that is very much a good deal, you know, then you can go up to 85%. But again, there are very few lenders in the market who would assess your property and then they will check the value and which market it is in, where you have invested. Totally depending on that, that's when the lenders can give you 85%. So the advice is to keep LTV lower. Do not exceed more than 80%, because then if you go beyond 80%, it always comes with the higher fees and setup charges. So that can probably not a good deal. But if you think that it's a good deal, then you should consider this. Third advice that I would say is a diverse portfolio. You should definitely invest not only in one market. For example, if you live in Canada, you should not invest only in Ontario. You should also think about investing in Alberta. You should always think about British Columbia or in Nova Scotia. So you should have a diverse portfolio. Why this is important? Or if you are in US, so you should hold real estate in different market from east to west coast. So this is very much important, because not every time real estate market works same for all the provinces and all the states. Sometime and we have also seen this in past, that many times the market was very much up in Toronto market, but it was very much low at other part of the country. But it did not take much time that in Toronto and British Columbia the market starts to fall, but it still stayed very much still and very much strong at other places. For example, So for example, in Calgary, the market was very much strong, and in Saskatchewan, market was strong. Yes, it was not going crazy much up like how it used to go. It was going in other provinces, but still the people who invested in different market. In fact, if you have invested or if you want to invest in Florida, US, that's also a very good market. There is a Cleveland, that's a good market, or Texas, Arizona, Alabama. These all are good market if you want to invest. North Carolina, South Carolina. Yeah, so you should always diversify your portfolio of investment, because that's what helps you to balance. If sometimes you run into weed at one place and you want fund from another place, but this property doesn't have, right now the market is low and property doesn't have much value, but this property has value, so that's how it will cover up all your losses or anything that you need money for. Then the fourth and the most important one is the location. So you should always consider to buy real estate at a very good location. Location. These are the three important things in real estate, no matter where you are investing. So always consider, always get connected with a good realtor, always get connected with a good mortgage agent who can give you a guidance, who can tell you which market you should invest in and what are the best locations. So always think of, where, if you want to make it as a rental property, who is your target market? Is it going to be the students, or is it going to be the people who are who have families, or is it going to be just the bachelors, who would be just coming and living in your home for 2 to 3 days and the rest other days they are traveling. So you should always know your target market, and accordingly you should invest in the location. And also you should check how better is the connectivity of that location. If people would be relying on the public transport, for example, if you want to buy in a downtown, so for sure you don't need car, but yes, you need to see how far is the grocery store, how far is the nearest subway or metro station, and how far is the connectivity, where is the nearest bus stop, where is the nearest any value village store or a Dollar Tree or anything that you think can be crucial for the people who would be renting. Or if you are a first time home buyer, how good is it for you to raise your family or to start your family, or if you want to just live by yourself. So what are the parameters that you chose a location? So for anybody out there who wants to buy, regardless if you are a first time home buyer or you are an investor or you want to be an aspiring investor, you should always consider location. That's the most important thing. And then coming back to the fifth point, which is about the mortgage. So you should always take advice from a financial advisor or the person that you follow, or like you can go out. Right now the technology is so much vast. Right now there are tons out there in the YouTube that can provide, and you can come back to this channel and then I can give you some good guidance how what kind of mortgage you should choose. So if you're an investor, usually people go for variable, but sometimes if you have a diverse portfolio, some investors like to keep some of them as fixed and some of them as variable. So whenever market go up and down, you can take advantage of that and you can invest further from those mortgages. So mortgage is one of the very important thing that comes out even if you're a first time home buyer and you want to buy it for yourself, or you want to do home hack where you live in the same house and you rent out other part of the house. So selecting a good mortgage with the terms and conditions, how strict are they, can you break it early, what are the penalty and charges if you break early, what happens after 1 year, 2 year, how much a percentage of principal amount is allowed to pay down if you want to pay down some part of mortgage in a lump sum payment. For example, 10% of the principal value, 15 or 20%, then how much percentage of lien the bank is gonna or the lender is gonna keep on your home when you buying the real estate. For example, you bought a house and you are doing 30% down payment and 70% is the mortgage, so bank would keep 70% of lien on your home. So some of the banks like to keep even beyond 100%. So you should check all this thing and always have your exit strategy. No matter if you are even a first time home buyer, there were a lot of cases that people bought the home, but especially in the pre-construction market just a year ago, and now when their closings are coming closer, people are not able to get good value, so they have to come up with the difference. So this is also very much important, that you should understand what kind of mortgage you choose, and what are the pros and cons, and you should have your exit strategy. So I think these are the 5 tips that can really help anybody, whoever is out there looking for some information regarding how to buy real estate during the time of recession. I would highly suggest that you should go out on the YouTube. There is a lot of channels out there, a lot of information there. You can definitely gain some knowledge, and but even if you're not able to find, so you know where to come, right to this channel. So yeah, that's all I want to say, and thank you to all my subscribers and everyone for subscribing to this channel and watching this video. I really appreciate that you take the time to see this. Please comment below and let me know about your thoughts, and please stay tuned for some more great content that I will be bringing on this channel. We have a couple more guest speakers that will be coming, and we will be talking more about the real estate through their eyes and how did they started their journey. So till that time, I'll say bye bye and see you very soon. Thank you so much, and subscribe to this channel.